Okay, so the diagonal screen on a blocker mover, and this is with the spread alignment, which is basically just a 4 out, 1 in. So one's throwing the ball to 3, and 5 or somebody else via offensive chatter has yelled the word diagonal, or it's been pregame planned. So instead of 5 screening for 1, one's going to sprint cut to the corner. 5 comes up halfway, and his options are screening diagonally for 4. In this scenario, who'd be screening in or circling away for the horizontal stretch, and there goes 4. Now the options for 5 are pop and fill. And if you have 5 and you want him to stay on the perimeter now, if you've got a small team, that's fine. 5 could also lift and screen for 2, and then 5 would work his way out to the perimeter. He would pop, fill the weak side pro spot. He could also pop and fill the weak side wing, which would ensure that you still have a horizontal stretch. So the simplest way, especially if you've got a 5 guard alignment or your 5 is a decent perimeter player, and let's say 5 filled the strong side pro spot, and 3 hit him, and then 2 would fill to the weak side pro spot. And now the most popular mode here is for 4 to set a flex screen for 1, and then 1 would continue out and fill, and then 4 now would duck in and look for a high-low pass, or he could re-screen now after 5 has swung the ball for 5 to get 5 back down inside. And 5 would cut off of that looking for a layup. And then if you're running the spread blocker mover system where you want 5 to stay on one side of the floor, primarily the left side, he could work his way back over to the left side then. But that's how we filled spots after a diagonal screen. The only other option here we were ever really toyed around with was having 5 screen away diagonally for 2. And then 4 can fill. He can screen the screener. If 5's a decent perimeter player, 4 would have to get an angle first. And then by and large, your options are the same. But we liked for 5 to screen diagonally for both 4 and 2. And one of the big misconceptions with the diagonal screen away is you've got to remember when the ball's here, here's your midline. With that horizontal stretch, we definitely can still throw that pass even if we called for diagonal actions. But X4 versus a well-coached team, in X2 we're going to be in those positions primarily. So the screen away diagonally isn't as exaggerated or as long of a screen as it was that I originally drew. But anyway, that's how you want to execute the diagonal screen, which I think is great. It breaks up the monotony of the left side action with guard to forward passes. And you always have the kickback or the back screen here. But I think it's something to look at, and it'll definitely give your spread alignment with the blocker mover offense a few more scoring options. Thank you, Mrs. Kazala.